Hi, my name is Section-AniaOnofre and I'm going to talk to you about news, achievements, and frontiers. Firstly, I want to start with achievements and the importance and the impact it has on people. In my own experience, it became one of the bases of my self-development, but it don't define my person and personality. I can compare this with Legos. We are made of different pieces that we can change or we can improve. So what I want to mean is that achievements are important to remember who we are and how capable we are when we get the commitment to accomplish the goals we have and to become a new person based on the experience it left to us. There are many lessons that achievements left to us. In my own experience, how I was saying, it gave me a new perspective and different values, some of the parts of my personality. For example, gave me the ability or to recognize how to get in touch with people, to think highly of me, because motivation is so important and achievements can help to us to support that. And for my future, it defines what actions I should do and the consequences it will brings if I decide to do that. And it opened to me to think differently of different pieces on person, objects, different ideas that can bring to me a new experience and not to only have a fixed mindset. That I want to mean is that achievements are important to define one of the bases of our personality, but we have to celebrate them. Why? Because we are recognizing all the effort we do to achieve that goal and not to get stressed about it. We don't have to get sad if we achieve one of the goals. In my own, I celebrate with food. I don't make a party or something like that. I only do things that I recognize it made me feel good. With the food, I mean, I only prepare my favorite foods like seafood with shrimps, or also I eat pizza or some wings with my family. We talk, we have fun, we play only for a while, and then I'm happy about that. I want to say that if I didn't celebrate my achievements, I wouldn't recognize them. I will see them as one one action that only passes through me and I didn't do nothing. I want to think highly of me. I want to recognize all the effort I did in all the past years. It made me feel more enthusiastic about my motivation. I have more motivation when I recognize these achievements, and it brings me more determination to start a new goal and to have a commitment to accomplish this. And I only want to say that one of my goals is to achieve a high level of English or start a new language, to start learning a new language. And I want to do all my effort to accomplish this. Now I want to talk to you about my past achievements that influence of my own person and my personality. Firstly, one of my achievements that keeps constantly in develop, because when I achieved it, it start again. I mean, with the school, in science kindergarten, and middle school, high school. I was overstressed about my grades. My mom started to study with me when I was in kindergarten to memorize books, and she told me so. For example, she told me about said to me what in the page 8 what says in the second paragraph, and I have to say it what was in the book, even if I didn't saw the book. That gave me the opportunity to start to learn by myself, and to avoid trouble with the school and with the exams. For example, I don't have the urge to study all the time. I start to develop my own self study strategy, to take notes or to only talk to myself about the topics we seen in the week. And I want to say it is a great achievement that made me, and it's so important to me to have a good grade. And not only for the grade, it means that I want to learn more about how the things are made, and to love this, not only see the grade. Related to this, I went to a competence in Baja California Sur about the spelling bee. I went to the regional and municipal, and I want to say I made my effort to accomplish this. I didn't went to national because I was in 5th place. No, not 5th place. Approx in top 10. I didn't remember too good in what place I was, but that's because it was an unfair competition about the people that were there and the schools that were participating. Other of my achievements was about entering different competitions about maths, biology, science, physics, and to finally the last achievement that is most recently is about my afraid to the water and the pools. I don't know how to swim. I entered to a swimming school. It's a great experience to get in touch with water and to lose the fright, how afraid I was with the water, because I have bad experience with that. In this second topic, I'm going to talk about news. Firstly, I want to say that I'm not a fan of news. I am with the philosophy that no news are good news. I'm happy to say I'm stable with knowing about the news and what's happening, because I think journalists are only bearer of bad news. I don't see TV since I was 8 years. I don't read the news, only if it's necessary for works or in the school works. When I was seeing news, I realized that not all the news are real. For example, I live in Tamaulipas, and I can say that it's a dangerous place to live, But the news didn't say that. The news only represented 1% of all the bad things that happened there. And it's unfair for the people that are worried, that need help, that need the support of the government in that situations. And not any person didn't recognize that. Journalists are only interested or in the persons who can see the news, to only achieve more people, and they don't demonstrate all the perspective about the real news that are happening, the real situation. So that's why I don't see news. We have to be informed. Obviously, we have to search information that different resources and compare this and to see what are fake and what of the resources are real. I want to say we have to investigate about topics, different topics, to ensure what we are doing and what we are reading, not to fall in the consequences of, oh, in that news says that we are gonna die tomorrow and you believe it. No, you have to do research about the topics you're reading and don't believe all the news you are reading, even if it came from resources that are mainly true. But we have to know that all the news are manipulated. Well, that's my perspective about news and what I have experienced with it. Now, the second question says, reflecting on your reaction to recent news stories, how your values and beliefs influence your interpretation of events? I said it recently, I don't believe in news. I only believe when I saw the situation. The news are manipulated to the government, maybe, or to interest persons that get benefits from this. They are considering that yesterday's news always you are impact of what's happening today, but then it came at yesterday's news, and something can break the news, but lately it's going to be irrelevant for us. You are not the person that are implicated in the news. You only say, oh, poor people, oh, great for them, but it doesn't have a real impact in you. It can make you sometimes open your eyes and see how the news have an impact in you, but it can make you fall too into the ignorance, because you will believe all the things the news saying. And how I was saying, in my experience, the news didn't demonstrate how all the perspective of all the person implicated in the news. So, in my values, I want to say that's the reason I don't see news, because not all the news are fake, but they don't demonstrate all the perspective. They only shows a little percentage of what are going on, and we didn't know the real situation. Now I will talk about the frontiers. This is the last topic I'm going to talk about. I wanted to start with a question. Reflecting on your understanding of geographical frontiers, what uncharted territories of remote areas of the world do you find most captivating, and what intrigues you about the exploration of a study of these regions? I have a curiosity about the following sites: the Area 51, the Atlantis, the Antarctic, and the Amazonas. Why? Because the civilizations that were before us, I think they have a lot of information about the nature, the astronomy, was wisdom about it. And that's one of the things we didn't have anymore. We don't know what are the plants that are venomous to us, that can bring benefits to us. Before, the medicines didn't exist, and the question is how they survive, how they bring new civilization, how they evolution, how they construct their buildings. We don't know about that. An example is in Mexico, all the civilizations that were before that we are today. The grandmothers that have all the recipes for all the issues we have. If you feel bad, come and eat an egg and with orange juice, and so weird. And how they knew that you try it and it works, you feel good. Well, I think these territories have a lot of information that it's lost, and we don't know the idiom they talk. We have barely know a little bit of this. Maybe this is a brutality new, but I think they disappeared because the new civilizations were more aggressive, and that's why they ended, and that's why maybe they hide and they take care of their culture. Another example is in the United States, the civilization of I don't know the name, that were before the conquer of United States territory. The people, I will say in Spanish, Apaches, they are wisdom, and they keep away from the civilization to maintain their culture and to keep safe their families. Well, finally, I will say the last question. Considering the impact of human activity on our planet, how should society responsibly manage and preserve geographical frontiers such as pristine wilderness or endangered ecosystem for future generations while still allowing for sustainable development? I can say that the organizational behavior that we have, it is good, but we don't apply this in real life. We are only studying it. The real organizational behavior needs to come from the family. The family needs to teach us how to behave, how to preserve the ecosystems, the nature, how to take care of it. Firstly, with the parents, with our grandmother, grandfather, with our uncles. If we don't saw any changes on them, we have to start to think that, for example, keep or trash in the streets is bad for our ecosystem, for us too, because we depend on the ecosystem and we depend on the earth. If the earth dies, we die with it too. You have to start to realize that you have to take care of what are important to you, your family, your friends, your partner, your couple. You have to realize that all persons depends on the nature, and the actions you realize will affect them and will affect their too. You are an influent people that can make them change if you wanted to. If you don't want to, you will keep in the same routine, and you will don't know how the earth will be lately, or if the cruelty of the humans may be stronger because you are not doing anything to solve it. I know that you're only one person, but one person can make the difference in a group of person. Maybe you can make a difference in 4 persons that can make a difference in other persons, and it can be growth and growth and growth, and it can make a really change. Well, that's all. Thank you for your attention, and thank you for teach us how to develop this language, because it is difficult to me, but I'm trying to be determined to learn more about it.